So now we will move to the next one, that is floods. It's very common disaster phenomenon occurs in country. Common disaster phenomena and it basically covers the region near to the rivers. So flood means basically it's a rise of water level in the rivers or channels. So basically the rise in water level that occurs either because of high rainfall or because of melting of snow. So the melting of snow is not much common reason behind it, but the high rainfall is the main cause because of for rise of water level. So all these rivers basically they are the part of drainage system, and they basically drain the water from so many places. So if there is a high rainfall, so the water drained by the river will be high during that time. So there will be especially the rise in water level. So what happens, all these rivers they do not have the straight path, or can say they do not have the straight courses, they have the curvy and bent courses. So when these during the rainfalls, as the water level is high, the water when it flows, it may simply splits out from the bent regions, or if it has high water and especially in the planar plains, it simply makes another course. If it is having the high water in it, it simply makes another course and flow in some different directions, causes for the flood. So first point in this one, it is simply the rise in water level. It causes because of rise in water level in rivers or channels, and the rise in water level occurs because of either high rainfall or melting of snow. So this is the main reason behind the floods. So in India we have lot many places where we generally face or the flood comes every year during the monsoon or during the high rainfall. So the places like the northern plains, especially in which we have the river Ganga, that's larger river, one of the larger river, and some parts here we have Sindhu, and in the northeastern part we have Brahmaputra. So during the high rainfall, these rivers causes for the flood, and here also we have the Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. These during the season or during the monsoon, these rivers also cause for the flood. And here we have the Kosi, and we also know Kosi as sorrow of Bihar. We have already studied about this one in the drainage system chapter, that why it is called the sorrow of Bihar. It's just because it brings high amount of sediments from the mountains, and they deposit in the sediments in the simply plains, and these sediments blocks the course of river, causes river to flow or to change its course, and then simply it flows to the some populated area, causes for flood. So Kosi, because of that, it is called the sorrow of Bihar also. So the Bihar region also, it's affected by flood every year. So the places or states like Assam and north eastern states like Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Bihar, West Bengal, these are main regions in which the flood occurs. So in northeastern regions, basically the Brahmaputra river and its tributaries, they are very large. The tributaries and the Brahmaputra both have the large amount of volume of water. Because of that, even in normal rainfall, during the normal rainfall also, there generally the flood occurs. So the consequences because of this flood. So the first consequence is, it basically provides a huge effect in the economy. So consequence of it, or consequence of the flood. So the first point it is that it gives a serious consequence on national economy. And other point in this, as it simply flows to the populated area and some different area, and it basically destruct if it moves to the cultivated area, so it simply destruct the crops, and if it is moving to the populated area, it destructs the human settlement places, homes, and causes lot many problems to them. So it destroys crops, physical infra, structure of human beings, like physical infrastructure such as homes, roads, rail tracks, etc. Other than that, about when this flood comes, so about thousands of people gets or become homeless. And some people with their cattle are simply washed away. And other than that, these water, and when this flood goes back, it simply leaves the stagnant water in the pits places, and those water simply cause for the diseases during that time. So diseases like cholera, hepatitis, and gastroenteritis, and some other water related water causing diseases occur during that time. So all these consequences we have to face when a normal flood occurs. So how can we control or how can we minimize the occurrence of these floods? Actually, we cannot simply stop the high rainfall. That's the natural process and we do not have any control over that. So we cannot simply stop the high rainfall. So we need to do some to control it or to minimize it. So the next one is method to minimize or control the flood. So during the high rainfall, the construction of dams. So with the constructions of dams, what we will allow the flow of water in a regular manner or in a sufficient manner. So when we construct a dam, generally we do not have the people living near to the dam. So what we can, when during the high rainfall, the water will simply collect to the dams and it will be keep on flowing with a normal level, so it will not cause for the flood. Other than that, we can construct the flood protection embankment near to the flood affected areas or near to the flood risk areas. What is this flood protection embankments? Means these are the places, especially the places where we generally have the flood. So what we can do in those places, we can make the homes or big halls kind of things, and that it should be higher in normal grounds. It should be higher so that when the flood comes, the water cannot reach to those places. So these places are basically as rescue homes kind of things or rescue camps kind of things during the flood region, and in those we can provide the shelter, medicines, the food during that time. So the construction of flood protection embankments near to the flood risk areas. Other than that, the most important and common thing is afforestation. The high speed of flow of water can be stopped because of it. So it will not cause much of damage compared to the normal flowing high speed flow of water. So forestation, basically it will decrease the speed of flow of water and it will control to the flow, so that will cause the less damage. These are some of the methods to minimize or control the flood. With this we now finish the flood and we will now see the next one.